want none! You don't want none!
What's going on, Tar Heel Nation? It is your favorite North Carolinian, Russ, the Tar Heel, and welcome to Game 6's Russ's Rant. And we're going to start off by just going ahead and talking about the writing that is on the wall, the thing that we've been talking about for the last couple of weeks in some way, shape, or form. But we really need to get down into the weeds of this thing and really bring it to the forefront, bring it to the light. The main problem that I see with this North Carolina team right now, and I'm not saying that there aren't a ton of areas of concern, the number one problem of this stinking team right now in the difference between winning games and losing games is on the offensive side of the football. And I'm just going to go ahead and say what needs to be said. Freddie Kitchens is absolutely terrible at the job that he's being tasked to do right now. Absolutely abysmal, dude. 14 points in the bowl game. And at this point of the season, right now, 6 games in, his offense is averaging 18.7 points per game. It's probably actually a point less than that because I'm pretty sure that they counted Mekhi Bayer's touchdown against Richmond, into those statistics. So the offense might even be averaging less than 18.7 points per game. It's one of the absolute worst in the country, and it's just it's inexcusable. It's absolutely inexcusable. And we can talk about the dearth in talent. We can talk about how we don't have any explosive playmakers. Listen, I said in an earlier video that this offense is bad, okay? And maybe the talent is not great. The offense is bad, but there is no way, shape, or form that you can convince me that this offense should suck. Okay, there's a difference between being bad and a difference between sucking. And this offense sucks, and it doesn't need to suck. They have enough talent to string together a couple of stinking drives where they can score more than 20 points a game. And you say, how do you know that, Russ? All right. Are you going to sit here a Monday morning quarterback? I'm not Monday morning quarterback because every time that Carolina finds success, most of the time in the running game, what do? They abandon it. And if they don't abandon it, they go away from the hot hand. Perfect case in point, dude. Perfect case in point. Yesterday, Benjamin Hall at one point had maybe 8, 9, 10 carries, okay? He's averaging almost 8 yards a stinking touch. And all of a sudden, he's on the sideline, and we got a new stinking running back in. Why? There's no way you can convince me that Benjamin Hall is tapping his helmet. I didn't see it. Saying, hey, coach, I need one. No way, shape, or form you can stinking convince me of that. So why do we continue to go away from the things that are stinking working? It literally boggles the mind. Sorry, I'm trying to adjust my phone because it's so stinking windy out here. But I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. And I don't know who's in charge of personnel. I would imagine that it's Freddie Kitchens, okay? Just another reason why he has shown himself to be incompetent at the task that they're asking him to do. Incompetent. Absolutely incompetent. How many times have we got to run the same damn swing pass out to the edge where you're trying to set up some form of, middle school screen, which only works at that level because you're trying to get somebody out on the edge with blockers out in front, and it doesn't work. It's almost like starting every stinking possession or every other possession. If I'm gonna try not to be so stinking facetious, it's almost starting like every daggone possession, dude, with a false start. Except you lose it down because the stinking play counts. So now you're in 2nd and 13, 2nd and 14, 2nd and 15. It's absolutely ridiculous, man. And it's just so stinking easy to spot. You know it's coming from your couch in your stinking house. And it never works, and he keeps going back to it. It's like his stinking bread and butter, and it's just like, dude, it makes me want to stinking punch my computer screen, to be completely honest with you. I'm sick of it. Freddie Kitchens has got to go, and I don't want to hear anything else about, we just don't have the stinking talent. We got more talent than 18.7 points per game. Get the hell out of here. Why don't you do what you said you were going to do initially and just continue to run the damn ball? Why do we have a back who's averaging 7, 8 yards a carry and he finishes with stinking 14 touches? That's stupid, okay? There's no other way to explain it. That's stupid. Especially when you're not getting good quarterback play. Run the damn ball, dude. Run the damn ball. Okay? Freddie Kitchens has got to go. He is not him. He is not it. And that is one of the biggest things that is holding this program back right now from, I would say, probably even being, winning the Cal game. Right? Maybe being 3-3 at this point, as opposed to 2-4, 0-2 in the ACC, 1-1 in the ACC. But you just can't use common sense, man, and just stay with the hot hand. That's just at the running back level, okay? That's just at the running back level. Let me go ahead and say what else needs to be stinking said, okay? Because after this Cal game, 21-18, and I've heard people say, it seems like Gio looked a little bit more confident. It seems like, he was a little bit more decisive. It's probably the best I've seen him play in a Carolina uniform. Listen, I'm pulling for the kid because I got a bad sinking feeling in my heart that, Bill Belichick and the powers that be are married to him being QB1, regardless of what he does on the field. But the simple fact of the matter is the kid went 19 of 35. That's 54% of his stinking passes completed. And he only threw for 173 yards. And even if Leacock goes into the stinking end zone and we end up winning that football game, what did he really give us? A 54% completion percentage, okay? He gave us 1 touchdown, no interceptions, no turnovers. Okay, that's a plus, all right? But almost nothing on the stinking ground. Less than 200 yards of total offense once again. You're not going to be competitive that way, man. You are not going to be competitive that way. We are 6 games in, boys. And Carolina has still not thrown for over 1,000 yards as a team. I think they're like 975, like total between Max, and Gio. Obviously, mostly Gio because he's gotten 5 of the 6 starts. You're not going to be competitive that way, man. All right, you would think that we were running the wishbone or the triple option or something like that. Less than 1,000 yards, 6 games in. Not only that, we only have 5 touchdown passes as a team. That's less than 1 per game. So once again, even if Leacock goes into the end zone and Carolina somehow wins, we're still only averaging 1 touchdown pass a game. And neither quarterback has gotten a rushing touchdown. Or I think actually, maybe Gio's got 1. He's got the quarterback sneak. That's right. So between the two of them, it's just not been very good. But here's the issue. Here is the stinking issue. There's only been 1 quarterback, okay, out of the 2 that has gone for over 200 yards passing. And it just so happens to be Max Johnson after the bye week, okay, when he got the nod because apparently Gio was hurt, right? He gets the nod. He goes for over 200 passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. But that was arguably against the most talented defense that we're going to stink and play. And so how in the world do we see what we saw before the Clemson game? Then we see Max at least be decisive. He did what he could, if you will. I'm not saying that it was spectacular by any way, shape, or form, by any measure. But then you pull him and you put Gio back in. And what do you get? You probably get what you're going to get. Okay? There is no doubt in my mind that is probably what you're going to get. So here's what I would say, okay? If you're not going to go with the guy who's probably going to give you at least 200 through the air, why are we not starting the freshman? Okay, because now at this point, I'm just thinking to myself, listen, Gio is not the future. He's not. Okay, this is just a one-off. We're 6 games in. He's played 5 of them. We have seen what he can do. Okay, a different OC is not going to change this. Even if they were to kind of, mold the offense a little bit more tailored to what his strengths are, I really do believe at this point, man, and I was wrong in even my, understanding of what his capabilities were. This level is just too high, okay? You might be able to get away with a lot of the things that he did at South Alabama and stuff like that in the G5, but when you're playing against, P4 competition, he seems like he's a little bit out of his element, and that's why his numbers are so low. It's not just Freddie Kitchens. It has to do with the talent level. It's just not good. It's just not good. The one thing that Gio does is he throws a good deep ball, and we have not been, north and south with the passing game for a long stinking time for whatever reason. So he doesn't do anything else well. He's not fast. He's not shifty. okay? It's not like he's lowering the boom like maybe I thought that he would. There's just really nothing that he does spectacular. Not to mention, even in the Cal game, they had him under center a lot for whatever reason. Going to that NFL offense, which I'm okay with if you got the right personnel, if you're going to pound the damn football. But, his play actions are terrible. They're not good fakes. He doesn't hold it out there. He's not putting it in the stinking pocket of the running back. It's easy to see that it's a play action when it's a play action. So he's not doing himself any services in that sense. So listen, like I said, man, the kid's probably a great stinking kid, but I don't know why or how we can continue to throw him out there and think that we're going to get anything else, man. I mean, to me, it's like, if you were to, maybe it's the money. I don't know, maybe it's the money because I can personally attest to the fact that I have purchased expensive things before, and when they don't work, I either return them, which maybe we can't do, obviously, or I just kind of chalk it up as a stinking L, and I move on. Maybe I go get something else. Maybe I try out something else that's in my toolbox. I don't know, like maybe one of the stinking freshman quarterbacks so that I can stinking move forward and start thinking about 2026. I'm not saying that we should give up on 2025. Technically speaking, we can still make a bowl game, and I do think that it's imperative that we, try to win some stinking football games here, man, just to salvage any kind of positive thinking that anybody on the outside has about this program, maybe even the stinking inside. But goodness stinking gracious, man, how many times are we going to do the same thing over and over and expect different results? It is what it is. Gio Lopez is what he is. He's giving you what he is. You don't need to see anything else. There's nothing else to see. There is nothing else to see. So either start Max, because at this point of his career, he is the better quarterback, or let's start looking ahead to the stinking future and get one of them daggone freshmen in there so they can get some burn, man. I mean, goodness gracious, this is not rocket science. It doesn't seem like it's... Am I tripping? Am I just like completely out here in left field or something like that? Playing in the weeds with my glove on the ground or something? What in the hell are we doing? What in the hell are we doing, dude? And look, I fully support Bill Belichick. I know there's a lot of guys that are kind of off of that bandwagon. I fully support Bill Belichick, and I'm hoping that he can get the job done. But, this comes from him. There's no way to shuck the responsibility of who your starting quarterback is, bro. Ultimately, that comes from you. And if it doesn't come from you, then there's an issue, okay? Because, hypothetically, if it's coming from anybody else, Bubba Cunningham, Lombardi, because he is the knucklehead that, brought him in, which, like I said, I am part and partial. I don't think I used that right, but, I also checked that stinking box, so it ain't just Lombardi. I checked it too, okay? But eventually, bro, you got to stinking move on. That's my point, man, not to belabor the stinking point. So I don't know exactly where we go from here because, like I said, I got a sinking feeling in my heart that the staff is, at least the powers that be, the people that make these decisions, that they're married to Gio. And I'm going to tell you what you're going to get. You're going to get 125 to 175 yards through the air. You're not going to get much on the ground, okay? And if you're lucky, will get a touchdown pass. If you're stinking lucky and he won't stinking turn the ball over. That's what you're going to get. And so, like I said, is that the best that you think you can do? Is that really the best that we think we got at this point? Is Bryce Baker just not capable of throwing for $175? Is a Torrey Newkirk not capable of going for $175? Are you kidding me right now? All right, these are both high-level 4-star guys, man. Put them out there, dude. Let's see what they're going to do. If you're just going to keep, just throwing paint on the stinking wall, and hoping that it changes colors, that's ridiculous. And this is for Coach, man. Coach, bro, you got to get your head out of your ass, bro. You got to get your head out of your ass. It's not working. Stop doing it. All right? It's like you're going insane or something like that. You're better than this, okay? You're thinking better than this. And, we as Tar Heel Nation, we deserve better than this. So that's kind of my food for thought, man. Freddie has got to get out the kitchens, man, and stinking Gio is going to have to go with him unless there's just some kind of stinking health concern, where he's got to get in there and take some snaps, man, but it's not working. And we have other options. That's my stinking point. I'm telling you right now, I'm fully convinced of this. Not that it would have been pretty, but if Max gets the start against Cal, we win that football game, 100%. I believe that to the bottom of my stinking core. Like I said, it might not have been pretty, okay? But we get that stinking W against that Cal team because they're not very good. We just happen to be stinking worse. And, maybe that's just starting with the quarterback position. So anyway, you guys let me know what you think about this down in the stinking comment section, man. Is your boy onto something? Am I being a little harsh, if you will? Or am I just a stinking Tar Heel that is just tired of stinking going through this rigmarole where we have the brand, the money, we have the stinking coaches, we have, the personnel, top 25 recruiting classes, and for whatever reason, man, we just can't stinking seem to get out of our own freaking way, man. And no more. The perfect picture of Carolina football, man, here recently is the stinking 2025 season. So let me know what you think about it in the comment section. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It's still a great day to be a stinking Tar Heel, baby. And we'll catch you on the next one. Go Heels.